What's up, guys? Kelso here. Welcome to another MX Bikes video. We're going to be riding Palms Park Motocross, and this is $1.50 on the shop, created by the boy Meron Ferrugi. I don't know if I completely butchered that, but that's the best I can pronounce it. It does have a massive motocross track here, and then if you look behind me, we do have a supercross track that we're going to be getting into as well. I decided to hop on the Husqvarna 250 today because huge shout out to my boy RC Designs and Will Haddock. They created me a nice replica Dayton Briggs Husqvarna. I do got some Dayton Briggs gear as well. So huge shout out to Will Haddock for the bike. And then huge shout out to RC Designs for the gear, which you'll see in just a second. But excited to get my hands dirty with the SX track here and with this massive motocross track. I think we're able to hit everything perfectly fine. Maybe just stretch a little bit with the Husky. But yeah, let's go ahead and lock in. Hit that like button, subscribe button. Top on the track. Huge shout out to the boy Dayton Briggs, and huge shout out to RC Designs for creating the amazing replica gear. I kind of love this colorway a lot, but you may ask, like, why are you doing Dayton Briggs replica stuff? You know, he's like not even up in points. He barely just made pro and all that. I think I respect the grind and hustle of Dayton Briggs. I think that's, like, in a respectful way, my dream of when I get out of the military is I really want to work towards getting my pro license. Like, I just don't have the time and or effort to try to put in at work to go to the motocross track a bunch of times and work towards that. Also, I can't afford to go get hurt and then try to be in the military, right? So obviously things are, stipulations are cutting me down from wanting to do that, but I promise you when I get out, I definitely want to go full-fledged doing this motocross video game stuff, but also doing an IRL way more than what I do now. I just think going to the track every 2 months to 3 months, and I only have like less than 10 hands to count, 10 fingers to count on how many times I've been to the track. I just really do see myself being able to just learn, you know, adapt, and just hopefully get there one day. So the reason why I say that is Dayton Briggs isn't anything phenomenally crazy out there on the field, but the thing what I enjoy is that he has a YouTube channel just like Jeff Walker. I mean, I even give Jeff Walker praise because they're always looking for a goal where they better themselves through their channel and show you guys, the public, right? We all know what Hayden Deegan is, Jet Lawrence and all that, right? They're really good, but when you got that like underdog story to where it's like you're just out here, man, that's a small table. I'll remember that for next time. Just, you know, you got your small content creators or trying to do content on the side, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, like that helps out big time when AMA's not really trying to pay anything for past 15th place, really, for at least for outdoors, right? Supercross is where the money is. We all know that 100%. But when you're going to outdoors, 15th place is paying you like $600 from AMA. You know what I mean? Depending if you have a sponsored ride and what they're going to pay within your own contract if you doing stuff, right? But just really no money there. But I honor that Dayton Briggs, Jeff Walker, and all that, they have this YouTube channel, this TikTok, anything like that, to make that income to show, to buy merch. You know, that's like the dream of the privateer life, and I encourage way more privateers to start building up on those channels. So I don't know, when I get out of the military, that's definitely one thing I want to do, is bring more IRL to the channel when I actually have the chance, because I just can't afford to get hurt. I really can't. I can't afford to get hurt in the military and then not be able to do my job, right? So, you know, you got to weigh the pros and cons and understand that. So enough of that dabble. Let's go ahead and lock in with the track on the big Palms Park. So I'm really excited with these ruts. They're kind of big and caked up, so you're allowing you to stick very heavy in them. For those people that actually struggle with rut entry and all that, sometimes there's some really small ruts, and it's so hard to get into those things on some of these tracks, and that's where a lot of people struggle. But I think you're in these ruts, you can really see yourself being able to connect into it, especially if you just slow down for him, like you're able to find a good spot. Also, the braking bumps are perfect wherever they are placed. They're very nice. The scaling's really good. I definitely could have sent that. I thought that was the other one coming up, which it is this one. Yeah, this is a small table. So that's the big table. This is a small table. Something to get used to. But yeah, just the rut selection, the track layout is perfect. I love the multiple ruts in between through everything. And the line choices, you're so many different things, especially racing. So I hope to see this track in a couple servers as well. I know I did Monster Mountain for a race on my stream, so definitely gonna have to put Palms Park. I don't know why I keep wanting to say MX Park, but Palms Park up on that list as well. But I like the rollers, 2 different roller sections. Trying to get that spot up. So jump this bad boy. Let's see if we can go for some really good times. We're at a 144.6. I feel like we can turn that up way more. See if we can go inside, maybe cut down. Perfect. Shave some of that time off we can. And see if we can get a good drive. This is probably the biggest jump here on a 250 is just trying to fully send that up. I mean, you got to be absolutely wicked. So it's going to suck if you're racing and you fall down there. Oh, and this little freaking spot that literally comes back downhill. So we lost all our time that we were up. Definitely going to go for another one. I like that middle rut right there. I just didn't slow down for it, but that middle rut feels like it's the fastest to this spot to set you up for the next line. Well, let's lock back in. We're definitely going to run another one. Now, I've been going inside, so let me see if this middle rut does anything different. Maybe a better jump in. I feel like we could have tripled in. And then this shadow spot right here kind of confuses the crap out of me every time. Like that shadow, like it comes up so quick, you're like not even seeing where you're about to jump. So maybe that outside where I just placed maybe is faster. I don't know, because you go outside first and then you head towards the inside last. But then you go inside first and then you head to the outside last. So I don't know. Two different ways. What's this inside looking? Perfect. I like that inside as well. Just the environment all around is perfect. I like that it's like a forest to your left. So much cool stuff, dude. And this jump down, dude, is nice. You can connect to the outside. Oh, see, I was going up on that little hill spot. So if you can connect to the outside, that's like some good time too. I love doing these videos at times because you guys really get to see my thought process out loud of how I'm starting to kind of decipher the code and pick apart the track to where what I can do better. Looks like that's the starting way. So it's a left-hander when you start. All right, we're up on time. Big time jump. I definitely want the inside here. Braking bumps, perfect. We're gonna cut across. I can see that line kind of forming for us. So we're gonna go for that line. Oh, we freaking slid out, dude. We got out of that rut. That sucks. That sucks. We're kind of like up on our time. I was up a whole second right there. So definitely like a 142 maybe. 141, maybe even a 39 could be possible here. I'm just doing small, stupid mistakes at this point. Big jump down. To the outside. Oh, it's like you have to respect the slowdown, dude. You've got to respect it because like I'm not slowing down. I feel like I can just connect in that rut, but that back end is sliding on me. I like this middle rut last time, so we can pay it more in mind. And then I want to try this inside again without making any mistakes. Yeah, see, you got to slow down. Engine braking, something like I want to take those insides, but you got to really slow it down to hit it. You can't just go locked in and think you're gonna hit a freaking 90-degree freaking turn or way more than that. So like same thing here, right? Slow her down so you get more of that inside, which is very soft because you don't have any bumps. So once we figure all this out, dude, this is gonna be some nice laps or lap times, I should say. So we'll just come back around one more time, give it about one more lap. So we were up on our time, we'll give it one more good lap. Definitely gonna try this inside again. Perfect. Stay up on that. And then we'll see if we can shave off our time, and then we'll head over to that Supercross track for you. I don't know why motocross tracks that are like about that 140-ish to 150-ish area, like that's a really good track. And the reason why I say that is just so much you got to remember within like a minute to 2 minutes of time to like knowing what you're doing. So I don't know. Me personally, I like that. I think like anything 230 is OD, but a good spot for me personally is like a 140 to like 2 minute. Anything like 2 minute plus, dude, you're like, I don't know. I feel like a sand track is where you find your 2 minute plus tracks like Southwick. That right there is definitely like, holy smokes, there's so much I got to remember or do right now. And it's more or less like the track's not even that big. It's just like sand slows you down so much. All right, see if we can go for this middle rut, which I wanted. Boom, able to connect. Able to connect to the inside, perfect. I'm just, might as well just go inside here. I feel like I can't triple in. So I feel like if I was just to hold that completely instead of me over jumping. And then I am going to slow down. I'm going to get my engine braking in. Perfect. I just feel like that's clean. I feel like that's clean. And then you drive all the way up. I like that. And then I'm going to go back inside. I know there's an outside here, but I just feel like that's a really clean line right there. Because there is no bumps right there if you can get it nice and perfect. And then I should have went for that inside, but because this is a shallow jump. Inside's cooking. Perfect jump down. And we want that inside money. Not enough to make us make mistakes. So we're up 2 seconds right now. Can we scrub that? Oh, wow. That was clean. That was clean. What did we run? 142.3. So I think I could probably get a 141. Yeah, there it is. There's the ideal. The ideal is a 141. So I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and hop over to the Supercross track as well now. All right, sorry for the quick snippet. Had to go do something. I apologize, but let's go ahead and check out his Supercross track and see if there's anything fun to do here. Locking with these berms. Looks like it's going to be a whoop section. Hopefully I was going the right way. It looks like I am. All right. Yeah. Let's go ahead and lock in with that. Looks like the whoops are pretty short, so they're very blitzable. Easy peasy with me. That's some good practice, to be honest with you. Making sure that front wheel touches each one. Hopefully I'm going the right way. I feel like that's a 90-degree berm, so it was a triple in. I kind of OJ'd it, though. Anytime you see, like, 90-degree berms, that's usually for you to try to use all your momentum to gather enough. Oh, is this over a table? It is. Okay, it's in a double. Got you. Anytime, like, I see things like that, I always think, like, okay, he's setting this 90-degree berm up for you to go for, like, a big jump in or carry your speed around the corner. So usually, like, when you start to learn Supercross more, that's, like, the big factor of it. Same thing for this 90 right here. This isn't, like, a crazy 90, but obviously you can see it's, like, to get a double in, to go crazy over start. So, and also same thing here, berm, so you can gather your speed to go through the whoop. So 90 degree turns are all about momentum, keeping up that. 180-degree turns is for you to carry your speed as well. In a different sense of, like, maybe hitting something super big, Supercross triple, all that stuff, you know. And then right here, obviously 90-degree coming from there, just screaming in, like, second to third gear. A little triple to triple, double out. Nice. That was that 180 to get that power over that table right there. So that's a good line right there. That table's pretty big. Like, look how big that table is. So I don't know if going table on, table off, and then single out is the move. I know there's a table in here as well. So I wonder if going onto the table, off, definitely got to seat bounce that. Definitely have to seat bounce that in order to hit it. I don't know if that's clean because you do get the triple out. So I don't know if that's more clean or the single out from hitting that big jump over. But I don't know. Scrub it, getting lower. Money. Nice little Supercross double. Jump in. We don't need to use this burn. We can hug tight. Get close. Screaming second. Nice triple. Brake tap. Perfect. Ooh. And then 180. Obviously, we're going to go over the table. It's just, I feel like it's the cleaner spot. And then you got that. We'll slide down. Yeah, hands down. In my personal opinion, a W track all around. Palms Park, the motocross track, is definitely going to give you a run for your money. There's so many different lines that you can use, and everything that I was trying to get to a 141 might not even be the fastest I can go. Probably get to a 140, maybe a 139 if I use different lines and maybe keep it all together. So I'll take a 141, and I don't know what my time's going to be here, but this is something really fun to just, like, if you want to take a break, you're getting frustrated from the big track. I'm practicing some Supercross, you know, blitz and whoops, not too big of jumps to where you can still learn, you know. So I think that's a overall, hands down, very nice track. And the scenery is beautiful, dude. I don't know, the vibrant colors get to me, and I like this kind of track color. I don't know what it is, the track texture. Would you call it texture? I feel like it's that's what it's called. The track color, track dirt, the dirt of the track. Like, I like this dirt. I don't know what it is, but this is, like, probably my favorite dirt color. I know it's red, like the brownish, you know, darkish. Like, but this one right here, I don't know why, it just pops out to me. Like, it's a very good color. So, yeah, hands down, overall, W track. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys stick to this far, huge shout out to Dayton Briggs once again. If you ever see this, yeah, I don't know. Cheers, you know, cheers or whatever that means. But hit the like button, subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye bye.